Welcome back to the deep dive. So, if you're learning English, you have probably run into that great wall of anxiety. You can read, you can write, you can follow a movie, but the second you have to speak,
Oh, yeah?
especially with a native speaker, your brain just it feels like it turns to static.
It's the ultimate paradox for so many learners. You have all this knowledge stored up, thousands of words, all the grammar rules, but when the pressure's on, it feels like you can't access any of it.
Right, it's a confidence problem, not a knowledge problem.
Exactly.
And that is our mission today. We're diving deep into a really remarkable set of source material that lays out a precise and practical roadmap. We're going to pull out the core insights on how you can flip that switch, move from just understanding English to actually using it confidently. Starting right away. Okay, let's unpack this.
The first thing the source does, which I think is so important, is it gives this huge reassurance. It says feeling shy or nervous is. It's completely normal.
That's good to hear.
It is. And what's most important is recognizing that confidence in speaking, it's a skill. It's not, a personality trait you're born with. You can actually learn it.
And the first step to learning it is, well, redefining what we even mean by confidence. I think most people hear that and they think perfection.
Right, which is the root of the whole problem.
Yeah.
What's fascinating here is the crucial insight from the source. Speaking confidence is not about having zero mistakes. It's about having the bravery to use the English you already have.
Bravery. I like that.
That fear of making a mistake, that's the heavy door that keeps all your vocabulary locked inside.
I do appreciate that framing of bravery over perfection, but I have to challenge it just a little bit.
Okay.
Isn't there a risk that if you only focus on just speak, you let bad habits or, poor pronunciation get stuck? How does the source handle that tension?
That's a really essential question. And the guide, it navigates this by immediately connecting that confidence to what it calls an improvement loop. It's like a self-correction mechanism.
An improvement loop.
Yeah, it explains that the benefits of just speaking bravely, they instantly outweigh the risk of making some minor errors.
Okay, so lay those benefits out for us, because this sounds like the psychological engine that drives the whole thing.
It is. So once you start speaking, 4 things happen pretty quickly. First, you shift the focus. People start listening to your message, which is the whole point of a conversation, not scanning for tiny mistakes.
Right.
Second, you actually start to enjoy the conversation instead of just, surviving it.
And enjoying it means you'll do it more often, which I'm guessing feeds into the third point. That's how the improvement loop gets going.
Exactly. You practice more, you get instant real-time feedback. You figure out which words you're missing, which phrases sound a bit clumsy.
I see.
If we connect this to the bigger picture, the source actually describes confidence as a kind of positive energy.
Positive energy.
Yeah. When you stop worrying and start believing in what you're saying, the other person relaxes, they engage more, and the whole conversation just gets easier for you.
That's a really powerful feedback mechanism. Okay, before we get to the actionable steps, let's talk about the internal enemies, the things holding you back.
The fears.
The fears. Instead of just listing them, let's look at the most common ones and what the source says are the antidotes.
We can probably boil it down to 3 big anxieties. The fear of making a mistake, the fear of freezing up or forgetting a word.
That's a big one.
It is. And the fear of being judged, which is often tied to worrying about a bad accent.
So what's the counter message here? Because most of us already know we have those fears.
The counter message is twofold. First, everyone, and this includes confident native speakers, everyone mishears things, mispronounces words, forgets words. The only difference is they just move on instantly.
They don't dwell on it.
Not at all. And second, this idea that your accent is a flaw is just completely false. An accent is proof that you're bilingual or multilingual. The source really stresses that communication is the goal, and an accent just makes you interesting, not unintelligible.
Right, it's not a competition.
Absolutely not.
Perfect. Let's transition right into the action then. How do you break that silence barrier? Not with some intense study session, but with small, practical habits.
It all starts with this principle of start small. You're training a new muscle, so you don't start by trying to run a marathon.
Right.
The source suggests just integrating these tiny little conversational tasks into your day.
And it's more than just greeting a teacher, right? The source highlights something a lot more private and I think more powerful: structured self-talk at home.
Yes, that constant inner monologue, you Narrate your day. Simple things. I'm putting on my shoes. I need to drink more water. Or I'm making a shopping list.
So these little low-stakes practice sessions, they build up that muscle memory without any pressure.
Exactly. It's about consistency. It's like watering a plant a little bit every day.
And it's not just verbal, is it? Let's talk about the physical hack the source suggests. Body language. You can feel nervous, but your body can actually lie to your brain.
This is where it gets really interesting psychologically. The guide lists these simple physical things. Stand up straight, pull your shoulders back, smile, use gentle hand gestures.
Okay.
But the real insight is why this works. Research suggests that when you adopt a confident posture, it can actually lower your stress hormones, like cortisol.
So standing straight isn't just about looking confident. It's literally reducing the panic response inside you, making it easier to speak.
Exactly. And when you look relaxed and open, your voice naturally sounds stronger, clearer, and it puts the other person at ease too, which just creates a better environment that fuels your confidence even more.
Okay, next up, let's tackle the biggest thing that slows people down. The translation problem, that exhausting loop of building the sentence in your head in your own language first. We need to cut that circuit.
The goal is to shift to thinking in English. Now, this is a process. It takes dedication, but you see the results in speed and flow almost immediately.
So how do you start?
Stage one is just simple labeling. You look around the room and you name every object you see. Mug, keyboard, tree.
And stage two.
Stage two is narrating your actions and your thoughts. You go beyond just the objects. You start thinking in short English sentences about what you're doing or decisions you're making. I should send that email now. Or, I wonder what I should have for lunch.
By doing that, you're not taxing your brain with the translation step, which frees up energy to focus on the message.
Precisely. And to support that shift, you build what the guide calls your phrase toolbox.
Meaning you don't have time to build a perfect sentence from scratch every time someone asks you a question.
No, you need ready-made parts. All those little social lubricants native speakers use automatically. For example, instead of just saying yes, you use phrases for agreement like absolutely, or you can say that again, or that's right.
What about the phrases for when you need a second or you need clarification? The ones that save you from freezing?
Those are essential. You learn things like, sorry, I didn't quite catch that. Could you repeat it? Or my favorite stall tactic. That's an interesting question. Let me think about that for a second.
Having those ready means you always have a smooth way to respond. No panic.
Right.
So now we have to bridge the gap. We've practiced at home, but we need to face the real world. Real-life application is non-negotiable.
Confidence only grows through real conversations. The source suggests starting with what it calls low-risk, functional English. So, transactions where the script is mostly fixed.
Like in a shop asking, excuse me, how much is this? Or is this on sale? Or in a cafe. Instead of pointing, you practice the full sentence, I'd like a medium latte, please, to go.
And here's the safety net for when you hit a wall in those situations. The phrases for forgetting a word, don't panic,
Right.
and try not to switch back to your native language. Instead, you use bridging phrases like, what's the word for this thing you use to open a door? Or even just, I'm sorry, I don't know how to say that in English yet.
The powerful thing there is that you're signaling to the other person that you are trying, and most people will meet that effort with kindness.
Which brings us right back to the mindset around mistakes. You have to shift the entire frame. Mistakes are not failures. They're the price of admission to becoming fluent.
Every confident speaker has made thousands of mistakes.
Thousands. And that means you have to reframe how you see correction. When someone corrects your English, it's not a judgment.
It's a gift.
It is a gift. They just handed you a piece of free knowledge that helps you avoid that error forever. The source is very clear. The only real mistake is choosing to stay silent because you're too afraid to try.
And all of this hinges on consistency. We're not talking about 4 hours a day. The source says just 10 to 15 focused minutes daily can transform your speaking far more than one long theory session on the weekend.
Absolutely.
So let's walk through the daily plan the source provides.
Okay, we want structure. So in the morning, you dedicate your self-talk session to narrating your day, and you practice your new body language. You stand up straight, you speak clearly, even if it's just to your mirror. That primes your brain.
And in the afternoon?
Afternoon is for listening and repetition. Listen to a short English podcast or a news clip. Focus on 1 or 2 phrases you like. Stop the audio and repeat them out loud. Mimic the rhythm, the pronunciation. You're training your mouth and your ears at the same time.
And then the evening is for output.
Evening is for measurable, tangible output. The goal is to record yourself speaking for just 1 minute. Don't worry about perfection, just talk about your day or a topic you enjoy.
That recording step sounds crucial for tracking your progress. How should you use that 1-minute recording?
You should compare them over time. Listen to your recording from week 1 and then listen to your recording from week 4. You will hear a huge improvement in your speed and your flow.
Even if the grammar hasn't changed that much.
Exactly. And that proof of progress gives you this massive, immediate confidence boost, which reinforces the whole habit.
So this roadmap ensures those 10-15 minutes are focused, they're productive, and they lead to real change.
Consistency is absolutely the secret ingredient. A little bit every day, it just compounds so quickly into real confidence.
So let's quickly recap the confidence roadmap we've built today. Remember, confidence is bravery, not perfection. Fear is normal. Don't let it stop you. Start small. Use that physiological hack of body language.
And actively practice thinking in English and use that phrase toolbox to make conversations smoother.
You have to practice in real scenarios and embrace every mistake as a learning gift.
And if we connect this to the bigger picture, the final motivation the source gives is it's paramount. Stop waiting. Don't wait for perfect English or the perfect moment. Just start today with what you have right where you are. Every single sentence, every conversation you have, it builds the strength you're looking for.
That is the most actionable takeaway. And here's a final provocative thought for you to carry into your very next English interaction, even if it's just practicing in front of the mirror. If adopting confident body language immediately lowers your stress hormones, how could focusing only on standing up straight and smiling change the way you hear your own voice and, in turn, change the way the listener responds to you? Try it out. Your journey to confident speaking starts now.